Hello, this is Hannah with Hannah Crafted Gifts, and I'm here on a beautiful day in North Arlington, New Jersey, where I live. It's actually a heat wave on the northeast coast if you don't live here or didn't know. But I'm here with this beautiful paper pumpkin kit, the Celebrating in Color kit that just came out in May of 2022. I almost added another 20 in there. Whew, I know it's been a time warp the last couple of years, but not that much. We're not thousands of years ahead. Imagine. Whew. Anyway, I just finished my paper pumpkin party with a couple of my friends, Lisa and Lisa, and my mom will be joining in after the fact. I'm going to catch her up on what she missed, but I wanted to catch you all up on what we did together. So I have a couple alternatives to show you, as well as the projects as instructed, because honestly, well, almost as instructed. I always change them a little bit, but usually I change them a lot. And this time I didn't want to. I was so excited about this kit. I mean, it was a particularly special one. I know I say that a lot about things, but it was the new in colors that just came out for 2022 to 2024, which if you don't know are 5 new colors that we get every 2 years that are really on trend and fill any gaps in our color collections. And so that's exciting. But then they're just such elegant cards and so artistic. You'll see. I mean, you can see a little picture here, but I'm about to show you the full version. So first of all, the first alternate I made. So this does bring in one non-kit element, and that is the Orchid Oasis, one of those new in colors, cardstock card bases. But otherwise it is all scraps from the kit. So what I really wanted to do with my alternatives is capitalize on these envelopes. These beautifully patterned envelopes are like dip-dyed ombre, kind of geometric, again, very artistic. So this is kind of a flip-flop card using the envelope, which you'll see in a moment. But first of all, this circle is just the punch out that you get left over from this card, which there's nothing in the instructions to use. It is literally just a scrap, but how beautiful. It has the dip dye, it's on that watercolor paper, it has the gold foil. And then this is an extra sentiment banner because they always give you extra in case you misstamp your sentiments. They give you double usually what you need. Although with the ones that don't have the gold foil on them, you can just flip them over and use the other white side, same white side. But anyway, so these are an extra and a scrap. And then again, just bringing in the extra cardstock in the Orchid Oasis in color. But then this is the envelope. So you can see how that's a flip-flop card, and you have this beautiful basically designer series paper on the inside of your card, and it allows you to write on it, because this would be a little hard to maybe see typical pen colors written in, but you could see it beautifully here. Then it has this great little closure. So that was my first alternative that I shared with the party participants. The other one I did because I do like to give the option for people who don't have those extra supplies like the cardstock, something they can do just with the kit. So if you were to use one of the plain white card bases from the kit, or I didn't want to take away again from the beautiful cards as instructed, so I just used an extra half sheet of basic white cardstock. But again, if you didn't have that, you could just use one of the white card bases from the kit. Again, this is a punch out from this card that is meant to just be a scrap that you don't need or are instructed on how to use. The only thing I did to it is I did fussy cut, so that I put this little, notch in the U, and then this little notch along that tail coming off the U, just so it's a little more legible to read. And you could cut a little hole in the O, or you could put some of these great embellishments that we got in the O to make the hole. But I thought it was definitely readable enough. And this is an envelope again, but this time it's just glued down. So it's a standard opening card, no fancy fold. And you could write your message on either side. You could stamp a message. But that way you can see all that beautiful envelope design. So that was another one I shared. This is the one as the kit instructs, where that U comes from. You can see it's popped out of here to show the gold foil U underneath. The only thing I changed about this card is I went monochromatic. Sarah Douglas, our CEO at Stampin' Up, when she did her kit together this week of this kit, she did the same thing. She actually helped collaborate on this kit, which I wasn't surprised at all to hear, because I would have been surprised if that wasn't the case. It's very her, from what I know about her style, what she's told us. But I like monochromatic too, so I used just the Sweet Sorbet dots on the Sweet Sorbet card. But look at like this kind of ripped ripple and just so artistic. I will say I might go back and add to this card because one of the Lisas in my party, she added the splatter stamp in a couple places on this card, and it really just took it to the next level. I liked that a lot. This is another one as instructed in the kit, except for just using the Tahitian tied embellishments and changing up the placement a little bit. So that you can see those a little better. But this is another one using an envelope. So I didn't use the flap this time, so it's just a standard opening card. Nothing on the inside yet, but this is that envelope paper. And then I did stamp the splatter on this one. And this is where the happy punched out from. And then I just had to fussy cut around the die sheet to get it out of there. But I thought it was still pretty legible. I did use the "to celebrate your life" sentiment with it, because in case you couldn't quite get that says happy, that was still a more complete sentiment than maybe the other one. What's the other one? "To have you in my life." I feel like that needed the happy more than "to celebrate your day." Sorry if I misspoke that, but hopefully you can read it, and hopefully it's reading in the right orientation. To me, it looks backwards, but I think that means it looks forward to you. So yeah, another one like that I have coming up. But first, I'm going in the order that the kit instructs you, and then just showing you my alternatives as they kind of coordinate. So this is another one, again, just changing up using the Orchid Oasis dots on it. This is where, again, that circle piece punched out, and we used the extra label for our first alternative. This one might be my favorite. I love that it has this slightly shorter front flap, again, with the kind of cut or ripped ripple, and just the starry sky embellishments on there. You could also like color in best wishes on this one, or on the next one you'll see you could color in the happy. Here's the next one. But I just did them as instructed, again, just changing up to make monochromatic embellishments on there. So this one inspired the next one, which I mentioned earlier is kind of similar to this one, but I realized I could cut that piece up into strips, just like they've sort of done for this card. But again, using the happy, the negative of where you pop out the happy, and then fussy cutting around to get that out of the die sheet. Added a couple more splatters on this one. And because when you cut to leave these little peek throughs of the white card base, you end up with an extra strip, I put that on the inside. So just a few alternatives, more to come, because I still have half my kit left and I still have some scraps left over. So we'll see, more to come maybe, but I wanted to share that with you right away, and just how much I love this kit. If you didn't get this kit, I think refills may be available on Monday, the 23rd, but I bet they'll sell out quickly. So get those while you can if you're interested. And then next month's kit, Pick Up the Crop, I think is going to be a really good one too. I only get the paper pumpkins when I like them. So that's what I'm doing for now, for this year of 2022. And there've been a lot I've liked so far. So I'm going to do another paper pumpkin party next month on a Friday night this time, because it's summer schedules. So if you're interested in participating, I believe it is June 24th, 7 to 9 p.m. But you don't have to be present to get the kit. And if you're new, well, if you bring someone new with you to the party, then you get $5 off your kit. So let me know. Reach out to me on hannahcraftedgifts@gmail.com if you're interested in joining us. If you already have a kit subscription, it's just $5 to join. Otherwise, you can buy the kit from me. And again, if you bring a new friend who I haven't met yet, you get $5 off. And we teach an alternative. You can win a prize. Someone always wins a prize at my party, and we just get to create together, which is more fun. So please like this video if you did, comment, subscribe, and share. The most helpful things you can do is always the thank you for watching, and enjoy hopefully a beautiful day wherever you are.